What's Cooking Boca? It's Lorianne with the Boca Voice, and today I am at Vic Angelo's restaurant up on PGA Boulevard in West Palm Beach. And recently I dined here and had a really cool experience, fresh tableside mozzarella. So I thought it would be really nice for you to see how it's made and get the full explanation. So today I am here with one of the chefs, Kelley. Hi, Kelley.
Hey, how are you doing?
Thank you for joining us.
Absolutely.
So why don't you explain to us the process and show us how it's all done?
Okay, so the process behind the fresh mozzarella, we do this for most of the cheeses that we have in the house in the back, but this is kind of bringing and elevating it for the customer, bringing it to the table. So what we do is we source from Tampa hormone-free mozzarella curd. Now that's the start to your process of making mozzarella. So we have a 9-ounce portion here that we bring to the table. We explain to the guests that we use hormone-free curd, and then what we do is we just put it in a bowl and we start breaking it up slowly. The key to this here is having small pieces of curd and extremely hot water so that it can break up and turn into that melty type of cheese that you would see out of string cheese or mozzarella sticks or something like that. That's the only way that we're going to ensure proper consistency for the cheese ball itself. So we're going to just break this up into small pieces here, and this is a great experience for first timers that come to Vic Angelo's. This doesn't get done in many restaurants. So
no, it was my first time. I had never seen it at any other restaurant, and I just thought it was so cool. I had no idea how you can turn it from that into the creamy, delicious mozzarella that it was.
Exactly.
Great.
And I think that's a lot of the reason why it has the appeal that it does, and a lot of people come back for it now specifically. So we have here a 1.5 liters of scalding hot water, boiling water, that we're going to start breaking down the mozzarella with. So it's a 3-step process. We're going to start by bringing up the cheese to a hotter temperature so that we ensure that all of the cheese is at least above 100 degrees. So we're going to start pouring that in there. And you can see it's very hot. Don't try this at home, kids.
I hope you have some protection there with those gloves you got on.
Yeah, well, you get a couple layers of nitrate gloves that are high grade. So you feel it, but it's nothing. Nothing
You're
you
probably
can't.
used to it.
Yeah, at this point. So we're bringing up the temperature of the cheese curd here, and immediately the water kind of goes down to maybe a temperature of 120, 130 degrees because of the cold cheese here. But I wish you guys could feel it at home. But what it basically feels like is a mix between feta cheese and goat cheese at this point. We're trying to get at that really nice melty mozzarella. So we got it going at a solid 120, 130 degrees, and this is the point where the people at the table, they're intrigued. They're like, okay, well now it's a process. Now I'm seeing it happen.
It's very fascinating.
So,
I even videoed it myself when I was.
So now that we got the cheese up to a nicer temperature, we're going to go to our main stage here, and we're going to add most of our water here, and this is where we're really going to get our hands in there and start breaking down the cheese. So we got scalding hot water here. We're going to start breaking it down, pressing. We have an ice bath here. If your hands get too hot, you just kind of dive in there. And that's kind of the idea. We're not trying to hurt anybody. We're not trying to have a SeaWorld splash zone, with scalding hot water. So we're just going to start breaking it up. Use the back of our spoon here to kind of flatten it out. The flatter that we get it in the bowl, the warmer the entire cheese is going to get consistently. And then we can start the pulling process, which is our 3rd step. But this process here is, this is where you start talking to the guests about where we get our cheese from. We talk about, we get it from Mozzarella. That's a place out of Tampa. They do really sustainable farming. They help us out with a lot of our other mozzarellas in the house. They're a great company, been around for quite some time, but their passion is mozzarella. So that's what we're trying to keep going here at Vic Angelo's.
And you said in the beginning that it was it was free of.
It's hormone free.
Hormone free. Okay.
Yeah, and the milk is cultivated directly out of Tampa, so it's not that far of a hike from us here. So we're getting it at its peak freshness. So we can see, for those at home, this is starting to melt here, and this is kind of what we're looking for, is that consistency of melting. And in the bowl for the viewers at home, it's kind of looking like this. You got your hot water, you got your cheese curd. And we want to make sure that we got this going here. All right, so we're starting to get to a nice temperature here where we got the cheese melting up. So this is what we call cultivating or forming, what we call cultivating or forming the mozzarella. So we're going to go on our third process here, and this is the one that we really get the nice look of mozzarella cheese.
So it's all done with this hot water?
All of it.
No cold being brought in?
Well, once we get to our final process here, we're going to, what we call blanching in the industry, we're going to take the hot mozzarella, dip it into our ice bath so that it's a good temperature for people to eat. You know, scalding hot mozzarella is not the way to go.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, so we got this going here. I'm going to add just the final bit of hot water here, so it's very, very hot. And I want to reiterate, this is not something that I think trying at home is a thing to do. It takes a trained professional, and the guys that we have in the back that do this tableside mozzarella, it takes hours and hours of practice to get this right. So now we're very, very hot. We're going to leave that in there for 1 second, and then I'm going to do my final stretch, and we're going to roll it into a ball here.
And so what is the stretching doing exactly?
It's creating a consistency, and it's creating a mouthfeel for the mozzarella that you're used to. Some sort of, that creamy, velvety consistency. If you don't pull it like that, you might have clumps left over.
Oh, okay.
So now we're rolling it similar to pizza dough to ensure that we have a solid block of cheese here. And then what we do is we got it like this, and we're just going to kind of pinch the bottom off right here. And now we have a ball of mozzarella, as you can see right here. And we're just going to kind of blanch that in our ice water very quickly. I'm going to take this one glove off here. I'm going to grab my plate. And now this is all done at the table. This is something that the guests, I've never, personally seen it done at another restaurant. So I think this is an incredible experience.
It's very unique to Vic Angelo's for sure.
So we bring this out here. We have our mozzarella right on a plate. And there you go.
So Kelly, now when someone comes in and has this tableside service, is this how it's served, just the mozzarella, or does it have anything else that can be accompanied with it?
Well, traditionally, you have the option of just getting the mozzarella if that's what you'd like, but there are other additions that you can get. The waiter will come to the table and offer you salt and pepper if the mozzarella is all you desire, but we do have the other accompaniments that go along with the mozzarella as well.
Okay, great.
So we have something, we call this one the caprese option. So this is obviously just sliced vine-ripe tomato with basil, salt and pepper, and a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Traditional take on a caprese. You can get that at happy hour in most Italian restaurants, but you can't get it tableside. So that's one. This is what we call terra of the land type deal. So this is prosciutto di San Daniele. It's a sweet, rich prosciutto. Obviously that's cured pork leg with balsamic that's made out of figs. So it's got that sweet element, the nutty element, and it finishes the mozzarella really nicely.
Very good.
And then for the final option, and this is the one that seems to be the most popular because you get the whole shebang, is the super. So you have your vine-ripe tomatoes, as we did in the caprese with the basil, but you also get roasted pine nuts, pesto, Campari tomatoes, and roasted garlic with the betta prosciutto on the bottom. So you get the full experience, and I think when it comes down to getting the mozzarella cart, that's the way you kind of want to go about it. And this is the biggest seller, so this is our tableside mozzarella.
I highly recommend it. I had it recently. It's delicious. Come check out Vic and Angelo's. This location in particular, I mean, they're all beautiful, but this one in particular has a really lovely outdoor area, which we're going to show you in a little bit. There's a beautiful outside bar. There's an inside bar. It's great to come here on an afternoon, especially this time of the year. They have really cozy, chic chairs outside. So we hope to see you here at Vic and Angelo's, and thank you so much for tuning in to What's Cooking Boca. I hope you check us out and like us on Facebook, and also go to Vic and Angelo's website. You can see their entire menu there. And we hope to see you next time. Thank you so much, and thank you, Kelly.
Of course. Thank you, guys.
Did a great job.
Appreciate it.
Don't move.